So, that's pretty funny. So, probably let's do one more Rabbit and Steel, and then I'll swap the Dicey Dungeons tonight. So, I'll just keep going through for everybody in YouTube here. I'll just go through each of the crosses one by one. And I also will say, for future Rabbit and Steel games, especially when I get to play it with some of my friends later on, if some more of my VTuber friends, or even some of my IRLs get it, I do want to mod myself into the game sooner or later, because my favorite character so far has been Spell Sword, and also Dancer. And I feel like I could do great outfits, considering how simple the art style is for both. But let's go on to Assassin. So, we'll go through her toolkit, one by one, all things considered here. I think I like the Adept Green the most here. But, alright, so, primary, it is a Swift Cut. So, 100 damage twice, so you can see here, as opposed to Wizard being a lot slower DPS but harder hitting, Assassin hits twice, so anything that can crit twice or so, as denoted by those exclamation marks, or anything that prots twice over would be great. We have our secondary Knife Juggle. 50 damage 3 times to targeted enemy from a range. If your defensive has 5 seconds less on its cooldown, it will reset instantly. So while my quick cut is far away, it is closer range, so I could easily miss, I could just press my secondary instead to deal guaranteed damage, but it does slow me down a little bit here. I hate that I like your class. I find Assassin pretty fine, considering how a lot of the gear really does benefit you, I feel. I find, funny enough, a lot of people love Heavy Blade. I really dislike Heavy Blade, but that's just because I don't like the playstyle as much. But that'll be for another YouTube video. The main bread and butter with Assassin is here. Assassinate, your special. Deal 250 damage to a point in front of you. Deal 30% more if the enemy is facing away from you. So, 250 damage or 231 on that random roll there in front, but behind, 502 with a crit. That almost doubled me well over my initial damage. So, the main thing that you're looking for all the time is to get behind enemies. And the main thing to note as well is for bosses, whenever they transform into their animal forms, you will always get guaranteed bat stabs, and that is, by the dev's own admission, to make it simpler instead of frustrating. So, Assassin can get their DPS increase very easily, but the main thing with them is from, not just from the bat stab from Assassinate, but from here, Shadow Step. Vanish from sight for 3 seconds and gain invulnerability and a momentary speed boost. Also erases nearby projectiles. So, first and foremost, it's one of the best defensives in the game because it has huge speed boosts as you see, and you gain Vanish, to where instead of being invulnerable for 1 second, that's invulnerable for 3 seconds. So you can cheese so many boss mechanics by just not moving at all, or just being like, haha, no, 1, 2, 3, your attack's over, now my Vanish is over, and now I'm good. Or, you could use that attack proactively, because Vanish. Disappear and evade attacks until you use an attack. Increase damage dealt by 30%. So, an Assassinate from behind 367, but a Vanish for 30% more damage, 438. So, moves your damage line up a little bit if you want to cancel it early. And remember, your secondary resets your special if it has 5 seconds less on its cooldown. Your primary has a 15% chance to reset your cooldown or your special at any time. So, you are constantly looking for ways to... you are just constantly holding your primary until 5 seconds are left in the cooldown. Then, or pressing your secondary once it's 5 seconds. Then pressing Vanish, and then going in with that extra move speed to get behind your enemy and backstab them. It seems like a complicated game plan, and it kind of is a little intimidating, but as you play Assassin, it becomes pretty diegetic to understand with, okay, this is what I need to do. You can play very, very safe with it, considering how your defensive always has a chance to reset, and all things considered, it's a pretty fun playstyle in my opinion, to be able to just run around or also just say, haha, no sell on some of your abilities. Ooh, I still got the backstab off, nice. The main thing with her too is that you want to be constantly making as much use out of your backstab timing as you can, considering how it's his face. It has 2 cooldowns, so you are incentivized to get the resets as fast as possible. That way you never are stacking up on the cooldowns for your special. You're just constantly moving that damage line up. So, let's see what our first build item is. Your special has a 50% chance of giving you haste. for 8 seconds. Haste is increased your GCD or global cooldown, so anytime you use an ability, it has 1 cooldown, more often than not, so you can see my Vanish is 12 seconds cooldown, but, or like my Assassin has a 6-second cooldown, it's a global cooldown of 1.2 seconds. All of my abilities here do. So that just means, you know, it takes 1.2 seconds to cast it. Defense's cooldown becomes 10 seconds and start to increase movement speed, so decrease it by 2? Not really worth it. Special increasing my damage line, and also giving me more chances to reset Swift Cut. To have Swift Cut reset my defensive is really nice. That even though I could increase my primary damage, I'm gonna be using my special a lot anyway. So if I can get haste, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Just right, I'm already drawing out a lot more hits, so a lot more resets to come around too, just from that. Just look at this. My damage just keeps moving. I can just cheese the turbulent winds right here, considering how I can just say, nah, I don't feel like dealing with all the winds. I'll just move naturally thanks to Vanish. And once again, you're seeing how stupid Vanish is. Oh, I should have had that kill. Just for being able to cheat. Because, yeah, Assassin is the biggest purveyor of just not understanding, of not having to understand boss mechanics if you don't need to, or just being able to cheat a lot of them as well. Defensive additionally deals 100 damage 3 times the enemies facing away from you, so to increase movement speed. Very nice! 300 damage, basically giving my defensive some damage potential considering how many times I'm going to reset it. Every 20 times your debuffs you apply deal damage by spark. Pretty decent. I don't have AoE, but it's alright. And my primary is hitting twice over, so every 5 casts, basically. Considering if I'm going to be rotating my defensive. Getting a brief speed boost every time your secondary is used. Moderately increase your move speed. I am using my secondary a bit, and it would counteract how I'm slowed down, but I think I like Reaper Coat considering how I'm just going for full resets. Yeah, Turbulent Winds is my least favorite status effect in the entire game, just due to the fact of, you know, the fact that it just says, no, you don't get to have fun. You have to obey this stupid movement mechanic. It is not a good feeling to me at all. I miss that backstab as well, and I feel bad. But I got that one. There you go. That's your major death flag for a run? Oh yeah, because while I'm playing solo, I'm kind of covering up D3 on my test spots here for you YouTube people, but D3 is saying that assassin players being able to cheat is good, but but cheating just because you say I don't ever want to understand this boss mechanic is bad, because in co-op, a lot of the mechanics change from solo to co-op to where instead it's like you have to stack or spread like a traditional MMO, or some damage markers will follow, exactly so, and assassins who want to cheat will be like, yeah, I can cheat, but you might leave your teammates out to dry, because it might be, I have to move to you or move away from you for this mechanic to work, and it doesn't help out there. No wonder randomly resets your defensive. Now resets your defensive every 5 times this ability is used. Instead of a percent chance, it's a guarantee. Could be better, but I don't know about that. Resets your special defensive and gives you a brief boost to movement speed. No wonder deals damage. Interesting. I do like that considering how my entire line is special and defensive. Ghost for 3 seconds is, instead of gaining movement speed, I'm slowed, but I deal 60% more. Damage is reduced but hits multiple times. I think I like Garnet Knife Juggle considering how I just want more resets. So the fact that it has no global cooldown means it's just all about my primary and my special. I just get to keep moving things along. I'll buy a level and I'll sit on this then. But yeah, that's real nice, because now it doesn't slow me, and I'm just only concerned about hit, reset, get these backstabs, and just keep this line moving. Okay, so that was a very bad dash. Not only did I take damage, but I also dashed to the mouse where the mechanic wasn't even going on to. So, very bad failing on my end for understanding the assignment. And I was looking at my cooldowns instead of paying attention. Yeah, I'm taking a lot of stupid damage, and for no particular good reason. So let's stop this, Druzy. Let's stop this. You get 2 damage. You'll get 2... You'll get, what's his face? 2 health at the treasure spear, meaning you just can't take any more now. So that was just stupid of me. Yeah, you can see there, it's like, I was just kind of absent-mindedly playing the game, which is not the best thing ever. So let's just kick back to actually, you know, trying to play the game as it's intended to. Ooh, almost took that damage if not for my secondary resetting. Resetting my defensive right there, thank goodness. I'm trying to play so close to this corner right here, so I can get my backstabs off, considering how this lady's just only going to stand on the one side. That's a lot closer than I want it to be again, but we're fine, we're fine. I got all the backstabs that I could have asked for right there. Alright, these bozos. I don't like these two, considering how, since my only, I guess, technical AoE is my, what's his face here, is my primary, because my backstab isn't going to be anywhere near hitting both of them. I just don't want to accidentally go into the orb in the middle right there while it's still going off. Just deal what damage you can, Cruzy, because you know you don't have much other of a choice here. And I would love to get some backstabs off, but they are making it mighty hard to do so. I also messed up my rotation right there for a little bit, but it's all right. I just, you know, I can't backstab both of them at the same time, and it hurts my soul. It's like, I just want to backstab them. I want to get my damage going, dude, but I can't get my damage going, because I can't backstab both of them. Yeah, if I took the one trinket that allowed me, that gave me Spark, this fight would be going a lot better. I also just missed my backstab completely because I'm an absolute buffoon. But instead, I'm just going to have to whittle one of them down faster, hopefully. But you're seeing here how I'm having to slyly snake around a lot more as this fight goes on. With how they are asking me to obey tethers. And I want more mechanics off of that. I want to go out of the range here, but I'm trying to just obey all the hits. It's just my damage profile, dude. I can't hit them for half of the AoEs and all. I greeted right there, but just because Vanish is a trait, and I want to just get this extra backstab damage, dude. This fight's going on a lot longer than I wanted to, and I need to kill one of them sooner or later. Okay, tether's good. Tether's good. Reset, please kill, thank goodness. Now I don't have to obey tethers anymore, I can just deal with the one of you here. Ah, yeah, you seen, this is the problem. Like, on hard mode and onwards, if you aren't passing DPS checks, the enemies will just straight up kill you, and that is just me not having AoE, because I'm assassin, dude. That is a problematic run, unfortunately. Oh well, we'll give that one more try. If I took Spark early,